continuing on my theme of hogweeds. Not only do I have them at home in the UK, but there are meadows of them up here in the French Alps. I can't tell you the pleasure I get being in these hogweed heavens. This summer I went to the French Alps in the beautiful area of Beaufortain, where I hosted 10 ladies, where we did a felting retreat with yoga in the mornings, along with the help of my trusted friend and fellow felter Annie. We set up the hammocks and waited for everyone to arrive. It's a rustic old place, but there's lots of land, and it's so hot and gorgeous, and everybody just got down to having some felting fun. And here we have Annie from the Isle of Man, a fellow felt maker who's come over to France to help me with the teaching. She's showing us here how to use pieces of pre-felt in all different colours, and also lots of different pieces of silk and velvet. And we're going to make just an abstract piece here, which later we will turn into gorgeous little boxes. And here are some of the finished ones. You can see how they felt beautifully. They've even got bits of sparkle in them. We use little pieces of netting with sequins on, or bits of lace. And then we put them together to make these little treasures. They're actually gorgeous little trinket boxes. And we made all kinds of fastenings and did lots of slow stitching. Some of them turned their pieces into flowers. I just love the way that we've embedded these mesh sequins. They're just so effective. And then we added gorgeous silk threads to stitch. And of course we had to accompany it with typical French croissant and jam. And it was time for more snacks. French strawberries, French chocolate, French meringue, oh la la! For the next workshop it was my turn to teach, and using some of the processes that we'd just learnt, we added a 3D resist to make little shoulder bags. We then spent quite a few days just slow stitching and adding embellishments. They were super fun and easy to make. The weather got so hot that some of us went off for a dip. We even found somebody doing slacklining across the lake, and the flowers on the way down were just gorgeous. And then it was back to slow stitching in the heat, all sat round the table, just gently passing the time, making new friends, drinking coffee. Of course we had crepes now and again, and we made some beautiful felt hearts too, along with tassels and pom-poms that we were able to sew onto our bags if we wished. They're like little Mexican hearts really, which we then embellished. And here we are, just enjoying the day. In the end, we were rather proud of our little shoulder bags. Each and every one very different. And then it was patisserie time yet again. How could we resist these sumptuous cakes just in the village locally? Not to mention the French bread and the pizzas. Oh la la! After all that food, it was time for a repose in the forest. Hammocks or deck chairs, just listening to the leaves rustling and the water running. Some of us even took a cold water dip. Absolute joy. There are lots of waterfalls in the area around the chalet. Some you can even swim in. On a more adventurous afternoon, we took a chairlift to the top of a mountain, up to 2,000 metres. We were overlooked by Mont Blanc, and we enjoyed a cold beer at the top, which we found in this beautiful old chalet, really rustic, with deck chairs. What more could you want? It's glorious weather. And then we set off down. A beautiful afternoon walk, looking at all the wildlife, just
watching the world go by. Absolute gorgeous. With these views of Mont Blanc and these green pastures, it brought out the sound of music in everybody. How could it not? All the footpaths were clearly marked. It was quite steep at times and it took a few hours, but we all managed it safely and there was a chairlift for those who couldn't do it. Once home, we had beautiful cooked home food, all bought locally with local produce. We took in turns at cooking in groups of 2 and everybody thoroughly enjoyed going out and choosing the food at the local markets. After dinner we were treated to some beautiful music by a harpist who lives up the road. After everybody had gone home, I took my little dog and we drove up into the mountains, just 20 minutes away from the chalet. There are footpaths galore. And over the next few days I did a recce to find new footpaths to explore for next year's trip. I'll be offering the same holidays again, felt making in the French Alps with yoga and hiking, while swimming and forest bathing. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour into my French holiday with felt making. If you'd like to join me next year, please do go to my website at www.deborahestherhusen.com. I shall be running these trips again next year, and here's a few more for you to enjoy. Bye now.
Flowers everywhere on the way up this mountain. What do you reckon, Pep? Essie, sorry, we're nearly there. We'll have some water at the top. Go on, you lead the way. Oh God, I just have to keep stopping to take it all in. It's just too beautiful. And in the distance, we can see La Marantagne. Went to the top of there. Oh my gosh. And here, now this footpath is taking me out, further out into the top of the mountain. What do you think, Kes?